Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As today we got some Oilers news that we're going to be talking about today, as Ryan Rishaug tweeted as they're getting back in the informal skates, and we're getting very close to getting back to NHL hockey. We're about a month away from the start of regular season hockey, and we're not that far away from seeing the prospect games go on, and not just that, even the preseason. So we got some exciting stuff coming up. As today we're going to be talking about Ryan Rishaug's tweet on the fact that, with maybe Jake Virtanen, who I hope to God we don't give a PTO, but he was saying that, Puljujarvi could be an option that we could trade away to clear up some cap. I'm going to get into talking about his tweets and everything like that, and who we might see getting traded away when it comes to clearing our cap. But before we get into this, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated. And if you'd like to become a member of the Boys Club, just go down below, click the link in the description below, and you can join alongside of the Boys Club, where you get to see some early videos and some other crazy-ass content as well, and some cool-ass emotes for the streams as well. So let's get into talking about, what Ryan Rishaug was talking about here. So he basically tweeted out that it was the captain's skate today, McDavid likely talking afterwards, among others. A couple notes. My sense is the Oilers are waiting on the answer from Jake Virtanen about the PTO offer. There's a lot of teams on him as well. To another forward as well, continuing to pursue old trade options for Puljujarvi, the most obvious move to clear out some cap space, which I kind of disagree on. Actually, I fully disagree on this one. If that doesn't happen, they will still start with what they have got, but it'll be razor thin margin budget-wise and could cause some issues later in the season. Don't believe Barry's a likely trade option at this point. They'll start the year with what they have on the blue line, see how it goes. Pairings feel up in the air as well. May take some shape through camp. Don't sense a PTO coming on D. Glad to be back at it, he said. And also, he said a little bit later on that Broberg was taking a few shifts on the right-handed side as well, to note. So I think there's a lot to kind of discuss here on who is really going to be traded away. Now, I see, of course, three players that I would like to see, or two I would like to be seeing traded away. I don't want to see Puljujarvi being traded away because it simply makes no sense. If the Oilers really wanted to trade Puljujarvi away, then why the hell would we sign him to a 1-year, $3 million deal? If we were, for example, trying to trade away Jesse Puljujarvi, we would just be trying to trade away his RFA rights. To be completely honest, it's probably easier to trade away someone like a Warren Foegele or Tyson Barrie. I mean, it's still going to be very, very hard to trade away Tyson Barrie. I think just in general, I don't think we're going to be able to trade away any of these guys. I think it's just going to be a razor sharp margin that we're going to be having to start this season up. I think we're going to be very, very tight up against the cap. I really don't see the point of trading away Puljujarvi, and I know people have been having these debates. Jim Matheson arguing with everyone, saying that Yari Curry played on the PK, so that means he's good defensively. I hate how people are bringing the 5-on-5 defense to PK defense. I'm sorry, it's completely different things. The way that you play 5-on-5 defensively is different than the way that you're going to play on the PK. That's just completely fair. A lot of the time, 5-on-5 players that play really good 5-on-5 defensively, yeah, they'll probably play pretty good on the PK. But it goes vice versa. Sometimes you can play really good defensively on the PK, and then just absolute ass 5-on-5 wise. It just depends on how well you do on the rush defense, or just kind of standing there and playing really well with your stick. Just all depends. I don't see. You guys know this. I've talked a lot about Jesse Puljujarvi. I don't believe we should be trading away a guy like this. I believe we should absolutely be keeping Jesse Puljujarvi. His value is really good. He plays really well defensively. And yeah, sure, he wasn't able to finish a lot of his opportunities last year, but he was generating a lot of offensive opportunities, I think, for us last year as well. So this is a guy that I think absolutely fits in the roster, and especially if we're trying to go for a playoff run, why the heck not really load up on 3 really deep lines? Why are we trying to get less deeper by trading away Jesse Puljujarvi? A guy like Warren Foegele, I can see definitely expendable when you have Matthias Janmark, and probably Dylan Holloway might be a main guy this year as well. So why do we need Warren Foegele? We really don't. Warren Foegele really wasn't that great for us last year, didn't play that great depth-wise, and to be completely honest, why is everyone riding on the fact that we should trade away Puljujarvi when we should definitely be focusing on trying to get rid of Fogel's contract. Even Tyson Barrie, now with the fact that Broberg playing on the right side, that makes me kind of think if we're going to be trying to play Broberg on the right side, which Dave Manson, our assistant coach, he's not afraid of playing players on their offhands. And quite honestly, if Broberg's going to start playing on the right side, we could be seeing Ryan Murray take that third spot, and maybe Barrie could be a guy that could potentially be on his way out. He has a base salary of 4.5 this year. It's definitely going to be going down a little bit next year. But with the 4.5 cap hit, it's going to be really hard to just trade away anyone. I think that's just a problem in the NHL in general right now, where everyone in the league is really up against the cap. There's a lot of teams that are over the cap or like razor thin to the cap space. The only teams that really, have some cap hit, that have some cap space, are the teams like Arizona, Buffalo, Anaheim, Detroit. But even then, there's not a whole lot of teams that have a whole lot of available cap right now. And to be quite honest with you, I think it's just going to be really hard in general to be able to find a person that would like to take either Foegele or Barrie, or going to give us a great offer for Jesse Puljujarvi. Quite honestly, we're not going to get a whole lot out of Jesse Puljujarvi for trading him right now. So what's the point of trading away a young guy who's still developing, taking his time? Why trade away a guy like that who is honestly performed great last year? Just fans continue to dog on him, and the media continue to dog on him for no apparent reason. I don't think we should be trading away Puljujarvi. I think Foegele or Barrie should be the two guys that we do look to trade away, to be quite honest with you. Now, I don't see Barrie being traded. He's at a $4.5 million cap hit. I really don't see him being traded until maybe the deadline, maybe even, next year when he has just 1 year left on his contract. But I could definitely see Foegele being dealt with that $2.75 million cap hit. It's not the worst in the world, but that's the thing. Is a team going to want to take in that a big amount of cap right now? Because $2 million is a lot for a lot of teams right now, especially with how everyone is tied up against the cap. And I think for a PTO signing like Jake Virtanen, I really don't want that. I think Jake Virtanen is very overrated. He was not a very good player in the NHL. I was never a big fan of Jake Virtanen, so I don't know why all these teams are after him. And I know he's not guilty on all those other crap, but he's just a douchebag. Why do we want to bring in a douchebag like Jake Virtanen, who's probably not that great in the locker room, looks like a douchebag? I really don't want him to be in Edmonton Oilers, to be quite honest with you. I hope he goes somewhere else. I hope we get somebody else as a PTO, or maybe nobody at all. I think we're a pretty deep team as it is. Maybe another depth forward would be nice, but we're really waiting for Ryan McLeod to sign back. So honestly, I've been hearing Ryan McLeod's going to be signing for like bare minimum, like 750, like something like that. So if he does sign to that, I mean, that'll be huge for us this year, because then we really don't have to make any big moves. We could just stay, I guess, razor sharp to the cap hit, which is definitely not ideal. But that's really what I wanted to talk about. Now, I do definitely see Warren Foegele being dumped off to some other team. I think that's going to be the guy that we trade away. I really don't see Puljujarvi, especially after we just signed him to a 1 year kind of prove-me type of deal. It would make no sense to trade away Puljujarvi when you have a guy like Foegele that you could trade away around the same cap hit. It makes no utter sense to me, but, Oilers media will be Oilers media, and people will be Puljujarvi haters until probably the day we die. But that's just about it, boys. Tell me, guys, in the comment section below what you guys thought of the Oilers offseason, or not the Oilers offseason, about who might be moved. Do you think Barrie might be moved? Do you think Foegele might be moved? Or do you think Puljujarvi will get moved? Tell me, guys, in the comment section below. Or do you think anybody else will get moved? Tell me, guys, in the comment section below. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.